Welcome to Clever Money Hacks, the channel where money moves and life improves. In today's episode, we'll be discussing, well, a reality that feels like it's straight out of science fiction, but it's actually happening right now.
It really is. We're looking at the whole side hustle landscape as it is in 2026. And honestly, the game has completely changed.
Changed is maybe too soft a word. It feels like it's completely mutated. Right? Because if you look back just a few years ago, all the advice was learn to prompt, learn to prompt.
Oh, absolutely. The prompt engineer.
Yeah, everyone wanted to be a prompt engineer. And based on what we're looking at today, that whole era it's just over.
It's dead. It was a bridge job, like a switchboard operator. I mean, the source material we dug into points out this huge problem people are facing now. They call it the tutorial trap.
The tutorial trap. Okay, break that down.
It's this cycle where you have millions of people who are, technically good at using AI. They've played with ChatGPT. They can make cool images, but they're not making a dime.
Right. They're just learning tools. They're not actually building anything.
Exactly. It's productivity theater. You feel busy, you feel like you're doing something, but you're just a user. You're generating traffic for these platforms, not income for yourself.
They're the product.
You are the product. And the bar for entry-level stuff has just, well, it's collapsed. The sources say something like 95% of generic AI content is basically worthless now.
So asking an AI to write a 500-word blog post, that's not a business anymore.
That market is gone. It's zero. Because anyone can do it themselves for free in 30 seconds.
So if the floor has just completely fallen out, where's the opportunity? Where's the ceiling?
The ceiling has gone. I mean, it's stratospheric, but only if you stop thinking like a user and start thinking like a manager.
A manager of AI.
A manager of AI employees. And today was a breakdown 3 really specific methods from the source material where, normal people are pulling in like upwards of $15,000 a month.
15,000. Okay, I have to jump in. Is that revenue or is that profit? Because those are two very different things.
That's the critical question. And in these cases, because the cost is almost zero, we're talking software subscriptions, it's almost all profit. The main cost is your time, but it's front-loaded. You build the system, then you let it run.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So what's the first one?
The first one is what the source calls a faceless YouTube empire.
Okay, when I hear faceless YouTube, I immediately think of those awful top 10 mansions videos with the robot voice.
Right, and those are dead. The algorithm hates them now. No, the niche that is absolutely exploding in 2026 is English learning.
Teaching English on YouTube.
Specifically, listening practice. Think about it. There are millions, maybe hundreds of millions of people trying to learn conversational English. They don't need another grammar lesson.
They need to hear people talk.
They need immersion. They just want to listen to 2 people having a normal, casual conversation about their morning routine or planning a vacation.
I'm looking at the data from the source here. One channel gained 910,000 subscribers in a few months. That can't be real.
It sounds insane, but it is. And it's not the only one. This one channel is pulling in 3 million views a month.
3 million. Wow. And the ad revenue on that is...
estimated around $13,000 a month. And the crazy part, the creator never shows their face, never turns on a camera, and never even records their own voice.
So how are they making the content? Because if you just use a standard text-to-speech, it sounds, sounds like a robot. No one wants to learn English from a GPS.
And that was the barrier for years. But the whole hack here, the thing that changed everything, is a specific tool, Notebook LMs.
Notebook LM. Isn't that the Google research tool, the one for summarizing PDF?
That's the one. But it has this feature called Audio Overview, and what it does is it takes your text and turns it into a deep dive style conversation.
What do you mean deep dive stuff?
It creates a conversation between 2 AI hosts, a man and a woman. And they don't just read the text. They banter, they use idioms, they even kind of interrupt each other.
Wait, you mean like us?
It's disturbingly similar to what we're doing right now.
Okay, that's a little existential. But for an English learner, that's actually perfect. That back and forth is exactly what they need to hear.
Exactly. So the workflow the source lays out is this. Step 1, you find a topic, like go into the grocery store. Step 2, you use a large language model to expand a simple script into like a 15-minute dialogue.
Why 15 minutes specifically?
Watch time. That's the holy grail for the YouTube algorithm. A longer video that people listen to in the background signals huge value to YouTube.
Okay, so you have the text. You put it in Notebook LM, and it spits out this super realistic audio file. But YouTube is a video platform. You can't just upload an MP3.
Right, and this is the smart part. You don't need video clips or stock footage. You use an image generator, like Midjourney, to create one single static high-quality image.
Like what kind of image?
Something with a vibe, like a cozy lo-fi cartoon illustration of a living room, or two people at a podcast desk with a neon sign. You just need one image for the whole video.
So it's basically a podcast on YouTube.
That's all it is. You drop the audio over the image, you use a tool like CapCut to auto-generate subtitles, which are absolutely essential for learners, and you're done. You can make one of these in 20 minutes once you have your system down.
And you're not competing with the big entertainment YouTubers. You're a utility. You're a tool for learning.
That's the angle. It's utility.
I like it.
Yeah.
But, a YouTube channel is still a grind. What if you don't want to build an audience? What if you just want to sell something directly to a customer?
Then we move to the second method from our deep dive, the aesthetic premium model. This is pure e-commerce, but with none of the headaches.
None of the headaches sound too good to be true.
Arr.
We're talking digital products, right? Not planners and checklists.
God, no. That market is so saturated. No, the source focuses on high-ticket, highly emotional digital products. And the key concept they talk about is reverse engineering.
Okay, explain that.
Let's use the pet portrait niche on Etsy as an example. It's massive. People will pay anything for a beautiful picture of their dog.
Right, but I can't paint.
Yeah.
And if I just type dog into an AI image generator, it looks like an AI image. It's got that weird glossy sheen.
And that's where most people stop. But the pros use this reverse engineering trick. Here's what you do. You go to Etsy, you find the absolute best-selling pet portrait, the one with thousands of sales.
Okay.
You save that image, you upload it to ChatGPT-4, the one with vision, and you give it a very specific prompt. You say, act as an expert art director. Analyze this image. Describe the brush strokes, the lighting, the color palette, and the overall style. Now write me the perfect text prompt to recreate this exact aesthetic.
Whoa. So you're using one AI to basically spy on the art and then tell another AI how to copy it.
You're translating the visual language of the art into the text language the image generator needs. You bridge the information gap.
And then you just take that super detailed prompt, put it into Midjourney, and add your customer's photo of their dog.
And boom. You get a result that looks just like the bestseller that's already proven to work in the market. You're not guessing what people want. You're cloning what they're already buying.
You're selling the aesthetic, not just the image. And you're selling the know-how. The customer doesn't know how to do that.
Exactly. They just see a beautiful result and are happy to pay $20 for it.
There was another example in the source that was a bit heavier, the generational photos.
Yeah. This one it's really powerful. It shows that this isn't just about making cool pictures. It's about emotion.
What's the surface?
Sellers are taking a photo of a deceased relative, like a grandparent, and a photo of a new baby in the family, and they use AI to merge them.
So it looks like the grandparent is holding the baby they never got to meet.
Yeah, it's mazes.
Hmm.
It can be a moral gray area for some, but for a grieving family, the emotional value is immense.
I can only imagine. The demand must be huge.
It is. The source tracked one seller who sold over 4,000 of these. The profit was something like over $70,000 US.
Wow. And again, the work is just managing the AIs to combine and stylize the photos. You're selling a memory that never happened.
You're selling an impossible photograph.
Okay, so we've got the attention economy with YouTube and the sentiment economy with Etsy. But both still require you to produce content or deal with customers one-on-one. What about a true build it once, sell it forever model?
That brings us to our third method, the publishing powerhouse on Amazon KDP.
Ah, Kindle Direct Publishing.
Yes.
Self-publishing ebooks. I feel like I've been hearing about this for a decade. Is that really still a thing in 2026? Isn't it just flooded with AI sludge?
It is flooded with AI sludge, and that's exactly why there's a huge opportunity.
How so?
Because most people using AI to write books are doing it completely wrong. They just ask ChatGPT for a generic story, it spits out something boring, and then they wonder why nobody buys it.
Right. Once upon a time. No thanks.
The real money, the serious money, is in hyper-specific, high-volume fiction genres. The case study in the source was, are you ready for this? Hockey romance.
Excuse me. Hockey romance. Like love stories about ice hockey players.
It's a massive juggernaut of a genre. The source analyzed one single book, part of a series that's ranked around 2,000 in the entire Kindle store.
And what does that translate to in terms of money?
That one book is generating between $13,000 and $15,000 a month.
From a single book.
But And this is but the source is very clear. Do not go and write a hockey romance novel.
Why not? You just said it makes a fortune.
Because it's saturated. The sharks are already circling. If you launch a book there now, you'll be on page 500. The real strategy is to find the adjacent niche.
The niche next door.
Yep. You use AI for market research. You look for high reader demand but low competition from authors. So instead of hockey romance, the source suggested things like Formula One racing romance.
Or rock climbing romance.
Exactly. You keep the romance tropes that readers are addicted to, but you put them in a fresh new setting.
Okay, I get the strategy. But here's the real problem. I've tried to get these AIs to write long stories. They're terrible at it. They forget character names. They make up plot points. How do you write a whole novel that's actually readable?
This is maybe the most important technical detail from the whole deep dive. The source says you absolutely cannot use standard ChatGPT for this. You have to use Claude.
Claude? Why Claude specifically?
One reason. The context window.
Explain what that means.
Think of the context window as the AI's short-term memory. Most models have a tiny one. It's like talking to someone who forgets what you said 5 minutes ago. That doesn't work for a 300-page book.
Right. You needed to remember that the hero has a fear of heights from chapter 1.
Precisely. Claude has a massive context window. You can feed it your entire series, outline character bios, plot points, foreshadowing, and it holds all of that in its brain while it writes chapter 50. It maintains continuity. Other models just can't do that yet. They break.
So you become the showrunner. You map out the world and the story, and Claude becomes your team of staff writers.
That's the perfect analogy. And then you go right back to mid-journey for the book cover, because in romance, the cover is like 90% of the sale. You generate a cover with that perfect pastel illustrated style for $30 instead of paying a designer $500.
It's just amazing how these tools all stack on top of each other.
And you're sitting at the top just directing them.
So let's pull all this together. We have the YouTube channel, the Etsy store, the KDP author. They seem so different. What's the one common thread tying them all together?
The common thread is that the barrier to entry, the actual skill barrier, has collapsed. 5 years ago, to do any of this, you had to be a video editor or a painter or a novelist.
And now those skills are. They're commoditized. They're just buttons you can push.
It is disruptive for sure, but from a business perspective, it just shifts where the value is. The value is no longer in the labor of creating, it's in the vision of what to create.
And the risk has moved too. Well, the risk used to be financial, right? You needed money to start. Now, since these methods cost almost nothing to try, the only real risk is inaction.
That's it. The source put it really bluntly. It said, while you're listening to this and thinking about it and wondering if it's for you, someone else has already uploaded their 10th video.
That's the information overload trap again. It's easy to listen to a deep dive like this and feel productive. It's much, much harder to actually go and build the thing.
Speed is the only advantage left. The person who just starts, who just builds the first ugly version is the one who's going to win.
It feels like we're in another one of those land grab phases, like the early internet. These niches, F1 romance or faceless English learning, they're open territory right now.
But they won't be for long. In a couple of years, they'll be saturated too.
So the takeaway for everyone listening is pretty simple. Pick one. Just one. And stop watching videos about it. Just build it.
Be the architect. Don't be the consumer.
Which leaves us with the final, kind of wild thought. If AI can be the voice actor, the painter, and the novelist, what is the human's role in this new economy?
It seems like our role is to be the manager, the director, the one with the idea. You're just managing a team of incredibly efficient digital employees.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your ideas for future episodes. See you next time.